Imagine this. You're on a busy train platform in South Africa in the late 1800s. Steam engines are huffing, wheels are screeching, and passengers are rushing to get on board. Suddenly, you spot a baboon dressed in a tiny uniform, pulling the signal lever to guide the trains. Welcome to Believe It or Not, the show where weird is real and the truth is stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Bryan, and today's story is about a clever, caped-in-mini uniform monkey who became the most reliable railroad signalman of his day. Here's your question. Can a baboon really work on the railway and never make a single mistake? Keep listening. This tale has more twists than a twisty mountain track. Our story takes us all the way back to the late 1800s in a place called Uitenhage, South Africa. Back then, trains were loud, clunky, and ran on steam. And signalmen were the heroes who made sure they stayed on the right track. One of those signalmen was a man named James Wide. He worked at the train station switching levers and controlling signals to keep trains safe. But one day, tragedy struck. James tried to hop between two moving train cars and slipped. The accident was horrible. He survived, but lost both of his legs. Most people thought James would never work again. But James was determined. He built a little wooden cart to roll himself around and returned to work. It wasn't easy until James met a very unusual friend, a baboon named Jack. Jack wasn't a wild animal. He had been trained by a farmer to help out on the farm. He was smart, very smart. So James had an idea. What if Jack could help him at the station? And believe it or not, Jack did. Jack pushed James's cart. He lit the signal lamps. He fetched keys. He even went to the market to pick up groceries. But the most amazing part? Jack learned how to operate the train signals correctly. He watched James pull the right levers at the sound of each train whistle. And then, Jack started doing it himself. People were stunned. A monkey is controlling the trains? That can't be safe. So the railway sent inspectors to investigate. They didn't believe it either, until they saw Jack in action. When the train whistle blew, Jack sat straight up, watched the tracks carefully, and pulled the exact lever needed. Every single time. The inspectors tested him over and over, and Jack never made a mistake. So what did the railroad company do? They gave Jack a real job. He earned 20 cents a day, a weekly treat of half a bottle of beer. Remember, this was a long time ago. And a place to sleep at the station. Jack worked alongside James for 9 years and never caused a single accident. He became so famous that people traveled just to see him work. His story was printed in newspapers. And to this day, Jack remains the only baboon in history officially employed by a railroad. And yes, it's all true. And now, his skull is even kept in a museum in South Africa. So, what do you think? Would you trust a baboon to run the train signals? Do you think Jack understood what he was doing? Or was he just really good at copying? And what does Jack's story tell us about how smart animals can be? The next time you ride a train, think about Jack. Because once upon a time, a very clever baboon helped keep the trains on track and made history doing it. That's it for today's episode of Believe It or Not. But don't go too far. Next time, we're blasting off with the incredible story of Lonnie Johnson, a NASA scientist who invented one of the coolest summer toys of all time, the Super Soaker. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep wondering, keep learning, and remember, sometimes the truth is weirder than fiction.